News on Demand on this Thursday night. How are you doing tonight, folks? Hope you're having a great Thursday evening. And we are here with George Yarbro, our Humboldt City Schools Athletic Director. And George, twice this week. We've already been able to sit down on Monday night and talked about football and all the things that's going on there with Coach Ballard stepping down. Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to talk about some school news first, and then we'll get into some sports here in just a little bit. But thank you again for joining us.
I enjoy always, as a pleasure, Seth, to come down and share school news and share with our listeners. And I'm having some problems with my computer, so I'm trying to move into this technology era. One could say that I'm really behind, so I'd be considered a dinosaur. But in moving that direction, I want to talk a little bit about school news and pull some things up on my computer. We're still having the CASA program. I want to encourage those that are listening to, if we have parents or community members that have students at our school, please feel free to contact us at the Humboldt City Schools Board of Education, where you can talk to L.V. Patterson if you want to still get involved in the after-school or before-school CASA program. We're still having that, and that is an integral part of our system where we want to encourage some things going on in that program, such as tutoring, keeping students on track with their academics, and providing a little recreation in other areas or other schools such as Stigall and East. And it is just a great program. So we encourage anybody that's still interested, be it virtual or if you're in school, of course, you are welcome to still contact us to get involved with CASA, and we would greatly appreciate you getting our numbers up and helping us out regarding the CASA program. It's been a good program. Of course, that program started on the likes of Emily Burleson.
Yes.
She was our coordinator, and now we've moved into a different direction with a coordinator, Miss L.V. Patterson, who is doing some great things academically, and we are proud of the CASA program and still encouraging involvement in that program. So we want to encourage any listener that has children in the school district that can benefit from CASA, please come out, sign up, and we'll get you going on CASA.
So CASA runs what time to what time?
CASA runs Monday through Thursday. We're off on Fridays. No transportation is provided. You have to get your own ride there and back home.
Sure.
At the high school, it's from 3 o'clock to 4:30. At the other schools, it's from 3 o'clock, I think, to maybe 4:30 or 5 as well.
Okay.
If you want specifics regarding time, please call the school if you're interested, and they will give you those details regarding CASA, and we encourage involvement if you're still interested, and we can get you in the right direction. And talk to any of our principals there at East End. It'll be Miss Brittany Dokes. Special big happy birthday to her today.
Yeah.
At the Stigall Primary School is Dr. Tiffany Purnell. And, of course, at our junior-senior high school is Miss Carla Brown. So
that's for all ages.
All
If you
ages.
go to Humboldt City Schools, you can go to CASA.
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right.
Next, talk a little construction over at the high school, still going on. We would like to encourage our people, our parents, and our folks that's coming to our activities, such as basketball games. You're going to see some construction, so please be careful. Some heavy equipment moving to and fro. It's a forklift of the gentleman that we I've gotten to know as he's been with us since we started the project, and he really does a good job with his crew. Of course, you have people moving on top of the roof, Seth.
Yes.
And you have heavy equipment moving down, and you have some big old tanks, some large tanks that's on the side that's holding some pretty hazardous material in the form of tar. And we want to encourage, our people that are coming in, students, parents, community members, please be careful as our construction still continues to happen on our roof there at Humboldt Junior Senior High School.
Okay, so that construction, obviously, that's the, if you watch or listen to any of the school board meetings, attend those, this is what we've been talking about for quite a few months, actually.
Right.
We have our insurance, all of that has kicked in.
Absolutely.
And so now we are fixing from some hail damage, correct?
Hail damage that occurred, that last hailstorm that swept through, and I think it damaged a lot of vehicles. I know mine was one of them in that number to have some hail damage. So just want to encourage you guys to be aware of our construction, and this is a project that is going to go on continuously for quite some time, and it is benefiting us because we're getting a new roof with the insurance claim that was processed due to hail, due to the damage of hail and storm that we encountered some time ago.
And that's not only the construction that's going on. You're working on the shop.
Yeah.
How much more do they lack on that?
I was in the shop yesterday. I try to go out to the shop about 2 or 3 times a week just to have a chat with Mr. Prince, who's doing a fabulous job with our students. I see a lot of welding going on now. I know he has students that are doing things that are encouraging workforce positions and workforce skills.
Yes.
Forklift driving is going on.
All right.
Yes, that's a real good trade, I think. If you can get on that forklift and know how to pick equipment up and move it around, it makes it a lot easier because, of course, with machinery, that helps out tremendously. That saves on a lot of the manual pick it up and move it with your hands.
Yes,
So we're excited about that. They put up a whole new wall and a welding wall as well. That will actually allow students to be in a slot, put on the proper equipment, the headgear, the eye protection, and the actual apron that protects your body. And students are able to do welding and practice welding. And the machine shop is still in the renovation stage regarding our bathrooms. And students are going in and they're just sort of moving along with the project as we develop and we move further into the project. We're having to clean up an area and fix an area, up an area and fix an area, so you can be efficient for what you're doing and what projects are coming in via Mr. Prince and some things that he's doing with our shop and machinery shop.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Man, that's incredible. I'm glad to see that's taking place. We don't really have a completion date really set.
No, we don't. As you know, with projects, they're kind of like anything else. Things can come in and impede them. They can stop them at any time. Of course, with the challenges of the COVID-19, thank God we're still moving in a direction that's safe with that. However, at any time, something could happen to where the shop project or the roof construction, in that matter, things could stop in a hurry.
Yes.
So don't know a completion date on that, but I will be in touch with that shop team, and I want to get Mr. Prince in here just to do some detailed explanation and discussion on where he is with the shop renovation and where the outside contractors are in regards to what they're doing to assist us with this project and electrical, plumbing wise, and just see where we are on that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll have to remember to do that.
To
Absolutely. I want to talk a little Rise to Read. That program is going to kick up again starting Monday. So we will start our Rise to Read program on Monday. We still can use tutors for this. This is a second grade reading program that is specific to words that we feel like second graders should be able to identify with. And once they identify with these words and they know these words, then the data has shown that they will become fluent readers as a result of knowing the words that they need to learn in this particular array of words that they have listed. And that's a great program headed up by Miss Karis Willis. Karis is our site director regarding the Rise to Read program, along with Gil and Judy Fletcher. They are very instrumental, and they were instrumental in the training and getting the folks that had volunteered to sign up to help with this reading program, getting them trained to do the program. And all we're asking is for once per week in a 30-minute increment to come up and tutor with a second grade student.
Yeah, you talk about Gil and Judy Fletcher. They're very instrumental in it.
Very much so.
Humboldt City Schools
yes, they are.
About how long has this program been in existence now with us?
If I'm not mistaken, Seth, don't quote me on this, but I think we're in our third, maybe fourth year of this
So we
program.
should start seeing some of the difference.
We should start seeing some evidence of some fluent readers in our school system. So if you were second grade, that would put you in the sixth grade now. If you experienced that program as a second grader when it first began, so we should see some pretty solid results on reading.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Let's talk a little bit about the tutoring program that's going well at East Elementary, and that was sponsored by the YMCA Club.
Well, good.
Is
that the Gibson County YMCA out of Trenton?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That is a YMCA volunteer program that got interested in the students here at Humboldt, and we are blessed to have that program in place to where it's being funded and tutors are being provided for our students. So that continues to go well. I want to mention that coming up is Shop with a Cop.
Okay.
That's the program where we work with our local police department in identifying families and shopping with those families. The community can donate to this project. We're partnering with East Elementary, and the Sheriff's Department is. I want to say the Sheriff's Department and Police Department, Humboldt Police Department, are partnering up with this project with East Elementary, and we are accepting donations.
Okay.
So if you want to donate to this project, please donate to the make your checks payable to the Humboldt Police Officers Association. So that would be the Humboldt Police Department in this project that we're partnering with, not the Sheriff's Department, but the Humboldt Police Department here. Shop with a Cop, taking community donations, and that deadline is December the 1st for donations.
Okay.
So if anybody's interested in that.
ways of picking those students.
Yes, they do. It's a process by which they use there at East. And East End is the partner. They do work with the other schools in our district, of course, East and the high school, but primarily East is where the partnership is embedded right there, and they starting at the East End with the information and gathering the information and being the foundation and spearhead of the entire project.
Yeah.
But it does branch out to the other schools.
Okay.
So we're excited about that. Progress reports go out next week, so we are looking forward to getting you some progress reports. It's November the 12th is for quarter 2 progress reports for our junior senior high school, and I don't have the dates for our elementary school or our primary school, but I know it's next week, so parents can look for progress reports next week, specifically November the 12th for our junior senior high school.
Awesome.
This
is the halfway point.
It is. Isn't it rolling? I mean, this year is absolutely rolling, and then if you look in the wake of what's been going on with the virus, it's still turning into a fast year of activities, information. Everything is going at a rapid pace. So we're excited at Humboldt that we have been blessed to maintain the pace and the cadence of doing things day in, day out, and continuing to do that and do it safely.
Yes.
So that's a blessing, Seth. Want to wrap up with some news at East Elementary on the mystery files. Shout out to Gibson County Sheriff's Department for partnering with East Elementary to do that. And that program was written by one of our own. And if you want to know the details, you might want to call and check in on the mystery files at East Elementary with Miss Brittany Dokes, because I understand we put someone in custody and we found the perpetrator. So that was a fun project for our students and our community, and the Sheriff's Department, once again, thank you for your efforts in helping us make that program successful, and it turned out well. Turned out really well.
Wonderful.
November the 2nd, we had a little vision and hearing screenings going on at our with the 10th grade at our high school, and we were excited about that. Also, November the 2nd was the Tennessee Promise deadline.
Okay.
So students who are registered and want to take advantage of the Tennessee Promise project, which enables you to sign up for funding, college funding. That is the contract and the program that's set up for that. That deadline was November the 2nd, so I hope all of our folks that's interested in higher education and going to college met that deadline. Want to look at a little bit of in-service we had on November the 3rd there at high school, junior senior high school. There was no school this past Tuesday.
Okay.
So that was
Election day.
election day, and from what I
Still don't know
understand, we don't know any more than we did.
Well, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, we're pretty
we're-
secure in knowing exactly.
We're going to send some people from Tennessee to show them how to count.
Maybe so. I tell you, we got that. We got our results in and tallied and
That's right.
reported. So
That's
that's a blessing as well.
Yes, sir.
Want to talk a little bit about our Veterans Day coming up November the 11th.
All right.
How we're celebrating that will be a bit different this
Yeah.
year. So we're going to keep you posted and hopefully be able to report on what has happened regarding our Veterans Day. But while I'm on the air, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to all our veterans.
Yes.
They're very instrumental in the freedoms that we have and are able to partake in this country. So veterans are certainly important in our America, and we want to give you that shout out and that great big thank you for serving our country.
Sure thing.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Well, I want to ask you this because there's been
Sure.
a little bit of confusion.
Okay.
And I know I was at the last school board meeting, so I heard it for myself, but maybe we haven't put it out on the airwaves.
Okay.
If you started distance learning,
Yes.
you have to stay right now in distance learning.
Exactly.
Okay, because there's somebody that said, well, I thought that after so many weeks we would have an option.
Yeah.
Well, they said they would review it after so many weeks.
Exactly.
Why don't you go into, I'm pretty sure you're privy to the information there as far as how have we come to that realization right now and why we're saying that right now.
Okay. From the administrative meetings that I've been involved in and in speaking with our administrative staff, our superintendent, the decision was made if you are virtual, you will remain virtual.
Okay.
If you are in the building, coming to the building as a student, you will remain doing that as well. We are going to revisit letting those who are virtual that want to return after the first of the year.
Okay.
Excuse me. That was decided largely in part because the numbers that occupy our schools now are safe numbers. There are numbers that will allow students to move about in a safe manner, social distancing, wearing masks, and doing the things that need to be done in order to keep our schools safe. And that's not to say that the virus cannot be contracted with
Right.
the less numbers that you have in your school building, but it does help and it contributes to a more safer environment when you have less people going about and doing and moving
Sure.
within our school system. So that was the decision of our superintendent, and we are, and our team, administrative team, and we are holding to that. So expect to hear from us on the first of the year when we come back from Christmas break. A decision will have been made on whether we will be moving forward with accepting virtual students. But as of now, the way we're going to operate is it stays the same. If you are virtual, you will remain virtual, and if you are in school, you will be in school and remain in that category as well.
It's very important, folks, that you understand. If you're doing the virtual or distance learning
Right.
and you're having trouble, there are things that have been put into place
Exactly.
and you can get help. So it's not like your student is being overlooked or being kicked to the side.
Right.
But they have special tutoring days.
Yes.
That you can come in and get caught up, or if you need extra help, whatever.
What we want to emphasize in that decision is that was a decision that kind of weighed on the plan that we submitted during the pandemic as well.
Right.
So that's called a CLP, Community Learning Plan.
Yeah.
So we submitted that, and we wanted to make sure that we are following that, because along with that plan comes monitoring, and if you're doing something and you've wrote what you're doing and that documentation goes to the state, that's what you must remain doing.
Okay.
Unless there's a change made, and there's a protocol that must take place in order for that change, for you to resubmit that plan to the state. So
They have to approve that.
they have to approve that,
Yeah.
and that is something that, in so many words, it's within our control, but
Yeah.
there are specific rules and guidelines that must be followed in order for that to occur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely so.
So
Just kind of, again, if you're having trouble,
yeah,
we're not putting you on an island. You can contact the school. They'll get you some extra help.
right.
And, Some of it may be just parents ready to send their kids back to school.
Well,
It's been going on since February.
that's exactly right, and I do understand that as well from a parent perspective, because I have one that he goes Monday, Tuesday, but when you have something like a election day, he goes Monday, he's off Tuesday, and he's not there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So he's had one day of school this week.
Fun
week for him. So it's important that you communicate with your teachers.
Yes.
You communicate with your administrators and your principal to stay engaged, and you must look at those assignments. You must stay in contact and get the necessary assistance you need via phone call. There's the Clever app that they set up. There's the Microsoft Teams app that they have. And there's always other ways of getting assistance through social media and through applications such as Zoom calling. Yes. And our teachers, I will speak for our teachers, and I don't think they'll mind at all. We are open to any form of assistance we can give you. Sure. We are just in the business to assist our students. And that wouldn't stop. That will not stop. And from what I see, it has not stopped. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little challenging contacting and communicating, but let's all, again, show a little mercy and grace that we will get back with you when you call us. Yeah. And we very much encourage you to give us a call and let us know your needs and what you expect and what you want us to assist your students with. So we're here to help.
Yes, we're here to help. So. Are we going to go ahead and take a break and come back and talk sports?
Let's do it. I want to mention a couple of other things. Sure. I think I mentioned our vision and hearing screenings for 8th grade. It went on November the 4th. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about November the 19th, moving on down the trying to avoid my notes with sports carrying over and keeping it school news. November the 19th will be an ASVAB test for our juniors. That's the military test that they give, and we'll be giving that on November the 19th. Okay. And the ASVAB for seniors will be November the 20th, and that's for selected seniors only. So have a faculty brunch coming up November the 24th. That's always a good day. Yeah. And, of course, we're right there on the cusp of Thanksgiving, and our break will be November the 5th, through the 27th, Seth. So those are just some things school news-wise that are occurring, and we want to encourage our students to hang in there, continue just looking into ways that you can communicate, stay in communication with your teachers. For our parents who are unsure about anything, give those specific schools a call. If you have questions at specific schools, call them and let them know, hey, I'm dealing with this. I have a concern for that. Just let us know and allow us to get back with you and direct you in the way that you will assist you, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, folks. You're watching Viking News on Demand. George here tonight, and we'll be right back.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
This is Bradley Owens of Hardy Martin & Owens Law Firm. At Hardy Martin & Owens, we handle personal injury cases, criminal defense, divorce and family law, and wills and estates. With offices in Jackson, Trenton, and now in Milan, we are conveniently located to serve all your legal needs. Call us today at 424-2151 or on my cell, 234-2400. That's 234-2400.
Tipping the scales in your favor.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Baskerville Funeral Home, and everything will be taken care of. Baskerville Funeral Home, directors of distinction. Our family serving your family.
Do you want to know the worst thing about Mondays? No sports! Well, we fixed that. Join Colin and Seth every Monday for the Monday OT at 7 p.m.
For just pennies a day, you can read the latest news, devotionals, and more on your smartphone and other devices. Check out the Viking sports articles and photos in your hometown newspaper by Stephen Russell in the latest edition of the Humboldt Chronicle each week. For more information, visit them online at hchronicle.net, or you can call them in their office at 731-784-2531. The Humboldt Chronicle, proud, longtime supporters of the Humboldt Vikings.
You're listening to Viking News on Demand.
Viking News on Demand continuing on this Thursday evening. How in the world are you, folks? Hope you're doing hope you're having a great Thursday night. And this is George Yarbro right beside me here. I'm Seth Wilkerson, and we're here each and every Thursday evening. Missed a couple of weeks there, but we are back. We've been back last week, and we're making up for it because Monday we broke the news on Viking News on Demand about how that it was officially filed. Mr. George Yarbro received the resignation from Coach Anthony Ballard, and all of that has been finalized as far as the football side of things. And so now we have some decisions to make. And if you didn't get to see Monday night, make sure you go back and watch that. That is very, very important for you to do that. We have Mr. Anthony Ballard. He sat down with me for about 15, 17 minutes. No, it was over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I sat down with Mr. Yarbro, and we talked about the city school response to all of that. And now we're moving forward. So I really don't think there's anything to add to that. We won't cover that tonight. I think we've pretty much covered that, if that's okay with you.
I think we have. I think everything is in place for us to just look into following our procedure and our process regarding finding us a head coach for our football team. Just want to give a shout out to Coach Ballard and give him a great big thank you for being a part of the Viking program and the job that he did. You always want to win and lose. I mean, you always want to win versus losing.
Sure.
But as we have moved into the 3-year phase and the 3-year tenure that he's had, I want to just allow Mr. Ballard to know that he's done the things that we've asked him to do. And as a friend and as a athletic director, we commend you and I thank you for your service. And there are other possibilities I think he'll be exploring. So we're excited about him. He's made it very clear that he wants to stay in Humboldt.
That's right.
He wants to stay teaching, and he wants to stay in that mentoring arena with the gentlemen in our school system. And we applaud him and we thank him for his service.
All right. So we also had a big game on Friday night. We didn't get a chance to celebrate Friday night.
We did.
And I didn't get a chance to even mention that on the Monday OT. So we want to celebrate the big win Friday night at Dresden. A lot of people didn't give us a shot. I mean,
no.
And George, this is just...
No, they didn't.
We dealt with this Monday night too, but it's just the way that some people have just wrote the program off. It's just disheartening as a fan or as a follower of the program, because we know the truth about this, that this is really, really... this program's back on the right track again.
I think it is. As you can see, we weren't supposed to win when you went to Dresden.
Yeah.
Nobody expected us to win.
Nobody expected us to win.
I think our team...
Not South Fulton, Scotts Hill.
Scotts Hill. I think our team from the win against Scotts Hill said it's some mottos that we've had on our team. Why not us? And keeping it 100. And when that is embedded into the minds of those student athletes, and you have personnel on the team that comes in, a new breath of fresh air, one coach seeing the valuable commodity he has in another coach, working together, collaborating, it's a win-win situation for our students and student athletes, and that's what we saw. We saw a win-win situation take place with the likes of Coach Van working alongside Coach Ballard. And we saw some defensive coordinating calls, not just Friday night, but over the past 3 to 4 games. I saw a defense out there that was doing a very good job. That was on the cusp and on the wings of Brian Cole.
Yeah.
And calling the defense and input from the entire coaching staff. Coach Cluck, he's done a good job working individually with our linemen. And then there's Coach Montague.
That's right.
Coach Montague. He has been a breath of fresh air as well with special teams and doing what he does, bringing that vibrant youth excitement to a team. A former player, a former state champion on the basketball floor, a very good athlete, one game away from a state tournament on the football field, stellar career there at Bethel. So we had the pieces for a good program, but we hadn't had that success.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Seth? That success has come.
Yep.
When you talk about winning the last 3 to 4 football games, you talk about a combined effort. You talk about coaches making the decision to make football the commitment in whatever means necessary, and whether that be stepping back, stepping up, handing over, doing what needs to be done in one venue versus doing what needs to be done in another venue. I think collectively our coaches are to be commended for the job they're done. Coach Ballard, our head coach, Coach Dalton assisting and coming up from the middle school to assist, to put some things in there that helped us be successful as well. Coach Cole, who's called our defense all year long and has seen some tweaks made and gotten some input and given input to make this last 3 out of 4 successful. Again, Coach Montague, Coach Cluck, and we were without one coach due to a loss in his family, Coach Miller.
Okay.
Coach Miller's father passed, and he was unable to be at the last few games. So special condolences to Coach Miller. He's back in the building. I did go and see him this morning and let him know, hey, man, we appreciate you and we're there for you because, when you encounter loss, it was his father. It always has an effect on you and an impact on you as well. So back to the football game, I mean, it was a year that I saw a complete transformation happen. Yeah. The tale of 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah, the defense.
First half, second half.
You mentioned that defense. They did really well against Scotts Hill, and we all said, and they did really well against South Fulton, even though we didn't win. But we all said, well, those offenses weren't get on the ball real quick kind of offenses.
Right.
Dresden was.
Right.
They didn't waste a lot of time. And for that defense to play the way they did and to get that victory, that says a whole lot because you didn't have the numbers as far as on defense. And then you had a couple of guys that got hurt. Thankfully, nobody suspended this year. No off-the-field issues or even on-the-field issues.
Right.
So there's a lot of positives to this program. We had hit an all-time low, and I think it's as low as you could go, George, when you reach a season where you don't get a victory. You go 0-10. Then the next 2 years you go 1-9, and then you jump to 5-5.
Right.
The last 4 years have been trying, but I really believe we're on the right trajectory here. And so congratulations to those Humboldt Vikings on a big win on Friday night, closing out their season, not making the playoffs.
Right.
But it's something to build and hang your hat on and say, hey, we turned the season around. We're ready to turn the program, the corner for the program. And I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, I am too. And I want to just make this statement. And I know our players, they're out there. They will appreciate this.
Yes.
The 2 wins that we did encounter that were not played was Memphis East.
Yes.
And then it was the Fulton game where we were to go to Fulton County. Fulton County. Those go down on record as wins. Of course, our players know that that's definitely documentation-wise and for paperwork purposes. Those count as wins for us and no contest for the other guys due to the virus. But winning physically, getting out there on the field, putting forth effort, playing and getting 3 wins out of your last 4, that is what I look at and what is commendable.
Yes.
Those players really kept coming. I want to use that statement. They kept coming. And, at one point I think the question was asked, why are you coming? And they answered that question.
Yeah.
Those last 3 out of 4 games let our coaching staff know why they're Vikings, why they keep coming, because there is a pride and there is a passion for this game for our student athletes, even when the chips are down and things are not going well. So I commend our coaching staff. I commend our football players first and foremost, and I thank our parents. I want to thank our parents for hanging in there with us through adversity, because there's always things that you can say or things that you can do that might, you have your opinions that might not be in agreement with what's going on, especially when you're encountering some challenges and you're not winning football games.
Yeah.
So this has been just a unprecedented time, and it's been some challenging times for our football program. But you know what? I'm a firm believer, if you stick with something and you have the passion that it takes and you have the commitment to continue working, results will come.
Yes.
People are be put in your pathway to make sure that they help you get to that position. And those that are already there, they will continue to buy in, and they will continue to put their spin on things. And we then take a step forward in the right direction, as we've done this last 3 out of 4.
Yes, sir. Moving on over to the basketball court, because basketball season is underway for junior high. Senior high will be coming up very, very soon. But junior high had a big game Monday night. Paris Inman came to town. Wasn't that a home game?
Yeah, that was a home game, and man, we encountered some of the biggest challenges you can encounter when you have a home basketball game on any level.
Oh no!
Our scoreboard went out, Seth.
No.
Yes, the scoreboard went out. All the fans that were there, on behalf of Humboldt City Schools, we apologize for that.
Wow.
I was there last night making sure that was fixed. I got on the phone immediately when my coaches started looking up at me, because I was up in that upper deck. Like, what's wrong with the score clock? Coach Yarbro, what's going on with the score clock? Well, the scoreboard did have a short in it. It had a what we call a piece of equipment that's a ribbon connection with wires in it. If you will go with me, it's just a little piece that looks like clear tape with small wires in it.
Oh.
And those wires had somehow become disconnected, become frigid and loose, and the connection wasn't being made from the actual score box to the actual scoreboard. So that was impeding the scoreboard to work, and the connection just wasn't being made. So we had to go through that entire night, 3 ball games, 1 JV ball game, 1 girls ball game in its entirety, and then the final boys game with no scoreboard.
Well,
that can be frustrating.
Well, you really didn't need to keep up with the score on the visitors on the boys' side.
No,
you
didn't.
6 points, didn't they?
Yeah, they only scored 6 points, and our girls, they sputtered a little bit, and
but they had a better
they're
game
getting
than
there.
the game before.
They did.
They
did.
Score 20 points.
They did. So they scored prior to this game with Paris, but I'm telling you, it was just a frustrating night, because when you can't see the score, it just, that scoreboard is a true indicator of what's going on. I don't care how you look at it.
For it not to be working,
exactly.
It just don't look as nice on the wall without the lights all up.
Exactly.
Oh wow. Well, congratulations, girls. Hard fought. Game came up short, but they're going to get that win. Yeah, it's going to come.
Yeah, we're going to keep working. I was in the gym yesterday, and as I walked through, you still see things going on that if you remain consistent over time, just like our football season, you will turn the curve.
Yeah.
You will turn the curve. So our girls, I want to encourage them to continue working. You got a good group of coaches that's in Terrell Green, really pushes those girls and really challenges those girls to get better. And I tell you what, he doesn't hold back anything.
Yeah.
He's a no-nonsense coach that takes pride in what he does. And the girls really, I think, buy into his direction. Yeah. They buy into his direction. Now, it helps when you're Coach Green and you're about 6'5", 6'6", and about 250, 260.
Yeah.
And I'm being nice.
Yeah.
I'm being nice when I say that last number.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy that takes pride in teaching young ladies the game of basketball, along with Coach Annette Thomas.
Yeah.
Coach Dominique Shivers. I just want to encourage them to stay consistent and to hang in there, because we've seen these days before.
Oh, yeah.
And we will get through them, and it just takes that extra work and that extra commitment, and I know they're willing to put it in, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Yeah. How much of that is because so many have moved up to the high school team. Have you had a bunch that transferred up? I mean, obviously grades wise.
We had a large group last year to go up, so not large, but for a small school like ours,
Yeah.
you know, you kind of deplete it.
Yeah.
You kind of move up when you have your 8th graders moving up to high school, and you have the younger group that is on the team, but they
Yeah.
didn't have much experience playing. That the factor of just being new out there on the floor and growing up,
Yeah.
that really takes a place out there. And
Yeah.
until you get that experience of playing night in and night out and practicing and getting on that rigorous schedule of practice play, you know, you're not really going to fully experience what it takes until you get that experience and you go through a season. And that's where we are with our girls.
Yeah, we'll come back to the boys'
basketball
side of things here on junior high in just a minute.
Sure.
Let's stay on the Lady Viking side.
Okay.
Senior high, you know, they're going to have a different kind of season this year. You know, hopefully we're pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
Coach Macklin's working hard.
She is.
She lost all 5 starters.
She did.
Last year, which Coach Abernathy knows something about that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, last year, that's what he was dealing with.
He was.
He had lost all 5 of his starters. And but as a coach, you prepare for those moments as well.
You do.
And you saw last year, Coach Macklin gave some of those younger kids time at the end of the season to be able to play. What's some expectations for the girls' team this year, and kind of where we at on that Lady Viking side of the high school?
Yeah, just from my point of view, I think our expectations for our girls is to compete. Sure. You need to go out there and understand that competing, working hard, putting forth the effort and commitment it takes to being a best version of you on that court is probably what needs to take place.
Yeah.
Because if you give all of that, you know, sometimes the scoreboard has a funny way of taking care of itself.
Yeah.
And I think that we will concentrate on making sure that we're fundamentally prepared to compete night in and night out, and we'll get out there and we'll give it all we have. We'll make a commitment to just work harder than that other team.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what results come from that. And I think that's the approach we have to have. We have to have that I'm going to outwork you mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to outwork you, and by outworking you, we're going to be competitive, and we're going to, at the end of the night, we're going to give you all we got. And if that scoreboard says we come up short, then we know we've given you all we have. But if it says win, then you know what? We're going to celebrate that, and we're going to come back the next night and do it all over again.
Sure thing. Now let's swap over to the other side of the ball.
Right,
Junior high boys.
Junior high boys.
A lot of success. Now, they've lost one game.
One
It was only
game.
by 1 point.
To Union City.
455.
Yeah.
They won big 2 weeks in a row. Or
Yes,
2
they
games
have.
in a row. So
2
now
games
with
in a
a
row.
2-1 record, I believe.
Yes.
Let's talk about the state of the junior high basketball program.
Okay, hold on here.
Well,
I think
they're trying to reach you.
I thought I turned my ringer off.
Yeah, you snuck out. Now they're trying
Yeah.
to find you. That's
All
what
right.
happens.
Pardon me. I'm going to get that taken care of real quick, folks. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Junior high boys, you know, I'm hearing a lot of talent on this team this year.
It is. And if you look back of what we experienced on the football field, you're seeing some of those same transitions and those same kids to come over and take that basketball floor and continue building and doing what it takes as well.
Sure.
I will make no bones about it. I think we have a good, solid boys 8th grade basketball team.
Yeah. Now, being a part of the middle school association,
Yes.
how does that affect playoffs and all of that?
I'm glad you asked that. It's going to be a different approach with our playoffs versus when we used to compete in the Gibson County Middle School Athletic Association, which was only limited to the schools within our Gibson County area. It's going to allow us to compete for some state tournament if we get there.
Yeah.
That state tournament will be in, I think it'll be in Laverne, Tennessee.
Okay.
And I've got all the information. I hadn't been to one of our meetings yet to know exactly how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's step by step. It's laid out like the TSSAA. We compete in a certain area. It's our area tournament we'll have at the end of the year. Then we'll move up to our region tournament, and then we'll move over hopefully to a state tournament, which is a competition that we'll have on the state level with the classification that we're in of being involved with Tennessee Middle School Athletic Association. So we're looking for big things. I'm not going to sugarcoat this by no means. Coach Ingram knows he has the studs. He knows he has a good nucleus and a big man, a good guard. And he has a good forward. He has a good two guard. He has a good nucleus of student athletes and good numbers to really have a special year. And I'm not putting any pressure on him. He knows this, I'm sure. But there's still the thing to where you have to perform. You have to get in there and you have to get it done.
And so far, they're doing pretty good with that, scoring baskets, and defense has picked up.
Defense is great. We're quick at all positions. We're big where we need to be big in the middle, and we're quick in the guard position, and we have that forward position that's kind of sewed up with the length and the athleticism it takes to work that baseline, get those rebounds and putbacks, and they're fun to watch, Seth. They're really fun to watch, and I think we have them. You need to come out, and we'll probably look at seeing if you can run one of those games online one night with Viking News on Demand. But our junior high program is sitting in a position to be very successful, depending on how we play this season out, how it plays out, and we're just excited about it. It's one of those things that where a prediction at this point is probably a little dangerous to play with, but at the same time, when you look at from an athletic director expectation point of view, you have the pieces to the puzzle to do what it takes. So
great job by Coach Ingram and Coach Shivers.
Absolutely. Coach Ingram, Coach Shivers, keep it up, man. You know what to do, and we're gonna trust that you're gonna do that, and we're gonna have a special season.
Junior high plays again. Is that on Saturday this
Yes,
week?
it is. It's on a Saturday. We go to Haywood County.
So
Haywood. We go to Haywood and we play Haywood Middle School. Now, that game time for fans that want to travel, that's at 2:00 p.m. Girls will start at 2 p.m. and the boys will play after that. So that's kind of out of the ordinary. That's kind of a different time frame.
You don't play on Saturday either.
Yeah, we don't play on Saturday a lot, but when you want to schedule those games that's not in your conference and you want to experience those other teams that are competitive and are close, we try to schedule those games. We try to schedule those games.
All right, so now let's move up to senior high basketball.
Yes.
And, you couldn't help but hear the disappointment in Coach Abernathy's voice about last season when he recorded the homecoming, wished our Vikings well on the football field. And then he said, we came up short last year. You think that kind of leaves a bad taste in the mouth, not just of the coaching staff, but those players, because they saw the team in front of them, and they know it's a high bar that team set. But it's not something that this team cannot attain. I mean, it's going to be a challenge. They're a young team still. What do you look to see out of the senior high basketball team?
Well, first of all, let me talk about Ron Abernathy. When you talk about his experience, his coaching, when you talk to him, losing just is something that he just doesn't take well.
No.
And when he does lose, you can bet your bottom dollar he'll know how to come back and make the adjustments to get the team back on track, to get his coaching staff together and do what it takes, and to also get his team motivated to do what needs to be done. So with that being said, last year, for a man of his caliber, for a coach of his caliber, if you don't go deep in the tournament, it's not really his expectations are different. And he sets the bar high. And he runs a program that keeps the bar at a level of competing at all times, no off days. When you look and see in his plans for the future and his plans for the season, he works well in advance. He works from a checklist, and it is almost a rigorous schedule regarding preparation when it comes to him putting the product out there on the floor to be successful and to compete. And with his record, it speaks for itself.
It sure does.
It speaks for itself.
He was able to at least, I know his son won championship last year.
Right.
In college.
He did. And
so that kind of freed him up a little bit. I know he would have rather been coaching.
Yeah, he would have, but he's going to have that impact on on every aspect of the game, whether it's his players, his son, his former players, his present players.
Yeah.
He's just that guy that has that likability. He has that influence. He has that impact to where you want to be close to this gentleman and you want to be in the room with him. And where he goes, you want to follow him. Where his players go, you want to follow them, because it's really a mindset there, and it's an expectation that he's carried, and he's impacted a lot of individuals just simply by, being in contact with him.
Yeah.
And being coached by him. So his coaching staff works just as hard as he does as well. I want to mention that Marcus Butler, he's his assistant, played for Coach Abernathy at Lane College. You got Adrian Ingram, who's the head junior high coach, who works alongside Coach Ab, and they bounce things off of each other from junior high to high school all the time. And then you have Steve Shivers, who's in there. I call him the enforcer. He does the things that were statistic-wise that needs to happen. Yeah. And then he has a group of managers as well that come in, and they prepare as well the athletes to compete. Yeah. Because there are responsibilities for everybody within a program that's ran by Coach Ronald Abernathy. And I tell you, he along with our principal make a great team, and he runs a good program. Yeah. And he kind of, when you sit back, it kind of makes your job easier to know that everything's going to be taken care of, everything's going to be done the right way, and we're going to move forward, and hopefully the chips will fall where we want them to. Yeah. Because I don't think he takes too well of letting the chips fall where they may. Yeah. You know? So
well, I think you could expect a successful season.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'll be different than last year.
It will.
You want to see some growth.
You do?
Out of these young guys that got to play last year. But you also have a senior on that team that was a senior on the football field as well.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Johnson.
Bobby Johnson. You got all those Johnsons coming.
Oh, yeah.
Monday night.
Malik Johnson coming.
Bobby Johnson.
Keaton. Kylan.
Kylan.
Yeah. What's the other one?
Oh, we're missing one. That's not good.
Malik, Bobby, Keaton, Kylan.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the problem is when you start going from memory.
Yeah, that's right. We need to have it down in front of us.
Go back and watch Monday night because we got them all Monday night. So
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, my. Now, I know we have a Meet the Vikings night also coming up.
We do.
And then we're going to talk some reclassifications.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
But Meet the Vikings on Friday night, November the 13th.
Right.
There's going to be an alumni game against Trenton Peabody. Now, you said you're charging to get in this year because
yes, we
obviously our gate is not going to be up as much because we cannot allow everybody to get into every game. What's the charge for that Friday night, November 13th?
That charge for that Friday night is going to be $5. So that is a fundraiser we're using to recoup some of the money we're going to lose as a district this year, because we can't have all the gyms. I mean, we can't have all the people in our gym that we once had. So I just want folks to understand that we are going to make sure that we can provide a safe venue for you when you come to our games. And Meet the Vikings night is going to be our first gathering in our gym for high school sports. It's going to feature all our sports that we have here at Humboldt Junior Senior High School. It's going to feature an alumni game between Humboldt alumni, boys and girls, versus Trenton alumni. Yeah. So we're excited. Chance Baskerville is heading that up, so we're excited about that. Chance, you continue working hard, and I'm in there with you, buddy, on this, and we're going to get it done. And I tell you, we're excited about the start of our basketball season. It's just something that we treasure, we look forward to, and it's not to put any other sport that we have demean it by no means. We don't mean that, but I tell you, it's just something electrifying about watching our basketball team play that attracts everyone to the gym and want to come to the gym to see the show. So
classifications have changed.
They have.
We obviously want to cover that tonight as well.
They have.
Now this begins the 2021.
It does.
So this does not affect basketball this year. It will affect football next year. When does that kick in for baseball? Does it affect them in the spring?
Yeah, everything will be moved forward 2021.
Okay. So you still don't have your 2021 baseball season started yet,
right?
So that would be affecting baseball.
Exactly. So I'm trying to pull it up here, Seth. I had it earlier. I got the enrollment reports, but as far as the school and putting in the school, I'm having a hard time trying to find it. But I do know with basketball, we just have a 4-team district.
Okay.
That's Humboldt, that's Halls,
all right,
that's Lake County, and that's Trenton Peabody.
So it would actually be 5 counting us.
Actually, it's 4.
That's right.
Humboldt, Halls, Trenton, Lake.
Wow.
Four district teams.
So
new classification.
So it kind of makes you wonder. Okay, so we lost some people.
We did.
Makes you wonder what this schedule looks like next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
Do we keep those teams that are not necessarily region games?
Scheduling will be different, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
When you talk scheduling and the opponents that you have in your district, you're able to schedule outside.
Right.
You might want to keep some of those opponents, but at the same time, you also want to look for new blood.
That's right.
You want to look for new blood and new ways, new teams to play, and that's going to give you that opportunity in having a 4-team district.
Yes.
So when you have a 4-team district, the total amount of games you're going to play home and away is 8.
Yeah.
So that leaves your schedule pretty open for some other things to happen.
Yeah.
So tournaments, I understand tournaments will be important, choosing your tournaments and allowing the game limit to be have a little more flexibility in the amount of games you play, which the limit is 24, and we can do that. I mean, it's a win-win situation for us. It's a win-win situation for us, and
so did you find the list of classifications?
I tried to.
That's no big deal.
I keep
That's
wanting
not a problem. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do. We can release that next week. If
let's.
That way you can print that out. We'll release
that'll
that next
work.
week.
Let's do that.
It's going to affect this year, anyways. But the new classifications, folks. Spoiler alert. There's a football team that we've been playing that haven't been playing for a little while. They're back in our class.
Exactly.
Not going to name any names. Not going to point any directions. You'll find out next week. But one student pushed them to our classification.
They did.
So
they did.
You're figuring it out at home, I'm pretty sure. Nodding your head, shaking your head, whichever one. So it's very important that we keep moving in the right direction as a football program because competition has just got a little bit tougher. But
there you go.
Let's meet the challenge.
There we go. Here, I think here it is, Seth. I'm going to pull it up right quick.
Okay, yeah, here it is.
Let's do it.
So in basketball, you already mentioned those 4, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I mentioned those 4 in basketball. Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's not gonna let
I'll tell you what. Let's just do that next week.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll do that next week. We're getting close to the end of the program. Anyways,
yeah.
We mentioned the Meet the Vikings night. Also, don't want to forget Liberty Tech is our first game.
Yes.
On November 17th.
Yes.
And then we play Sacred Heart.
And that'll be our first game on the road. Those will be 2 Hall of Fame games. So those games will be important to kick off our season. And
that's right.
We're looking forward to it. Yeah. I mean, it's basketball time. You know my motto.
Yes, sir.
March is my Christmas.
That's right. And,
March
and you know
is
what?
my
We're going to try to
Christmas.
sit down with Coach Macklin and Coach Abernathy between this now and that Meet the Vikings night. So we'll try to get something there, even if it's the Monday OT this next week. We'll try that. We're going to try to get an interview with them and get everything going. Anything we need to cover?
We're good. I'm going to encourage all you guys to come out on Meet the Vikings night. We are planning, we're meeting with a group of individuals from the community to put together some. I'm involved in our City League this year.
All right.
City League basketball program that will be taking place. We're going to have sign-ups that night, November the 13th. And we're asking the community to support us. We're taking a little bit different direction with City League this year.
Sure.
Getting coaches, getting a budget together, and getting some proposals that will allow some donations to come in and help the community. That's kind of off the record of my responsibilities within the Humboldt City School System, but I like to be involved in our community and athletics, so I've been put in a position to assist that program, and I'm going to do just that along with Chance Baskerville, myself, Stephanie Williams, Greg Lennon, and some more folks that'll be out there. When I start mentioning names, I kind of want to tend to go and forget some, but charges to my head, not my heart. But we're going to put together some things within these next couple of weeks for coaches that'll be needed and individuals that want to play, and the grades and the classes and how we're going to do it. We're putting that together now, and I'm excited. And sign up will be November the 13th, Meet the Vikings night. That'll be the first time you can sign up for City League basketball.
There we go.
So we're excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, George. Appreciate it so very much. That's all the time we got for tonight, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday.